Andrew Tate and Bonnie Blue are some of the internet's most frustrating people to listen to on the outlooks on the world and Andrew Tate's annoying views on masculinity and how women should be in their place. They recently had an interview together which was kind of insane, so I decided to go through and pick out some good points and talk about them. So enjoy the video.
Most women do exactly what Bonnie does. I don't see you any different than most women. And I'm not saying that in a degrading way.
Most women don't sleep with 1,057.
What?
Exactly that. Yes, Andrew. Most women sleep with 1,000 men in one day. We're all in bed with 1,000 men a day, just talking about how much we love it and it's our place to get our throats. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go there. Don't even know why I thought about doing that. But I don't think most women are sleeping with 1,000 men a day and are talking about opening up a petting zoo, which then gets them banned off of a platform. Thanks, YouTube. You're the best. I can't say that. I don't think most women are trying to open up a petting zoo for men to literally do whatever they want to them. I think most women have more morals and sense of wanting to have an actual family. I don't think most women are doing exactly what Bonnie Blue does, because I think if they did, we would have a genuine, huge societal problem in just morality in general. And I think everybody would have gone crazy by now. I think they would have. So no, Andrew, not every woman is like Bonnie Blue.
No, I'm saying that the social contract, the construct of society that made family function, was women were obedient virgins and they found a man who provided for them and they listened to that man. Women have then said, we don't like the patriarchy, we're tired of being provided for, we're tired of being taken care of, we don't want to listen to anybody, we want to make our own decisions. That was women and feminism.
Okay, but the thing with this point, and he makes this point so much throughout this interview, is I don't think it was women deciding that they didn't want to be loved or be in a relationship and be provided for. I think it was women deciding that they want rights. They want to be able to get education. They want to be able to choose their work. Not every woman wants to be a housewife. They want rights. They want to be able to go to school. They want to be able to get the job that they want. It's more than just trying to be a stay-at-home wife. And this is what I think about Andrew, is he doesn't understand that not every woman wants that stay-at-home mom life. And yes, that is what some people want, and that's completely okay. But the fact that he contradicts himself by so much by saying that he's proud of Bonnie for doing this and all women are like him, but then wants to go on the arc of wanting the recession and women should be virgins and saying how it's embarrassing and it's disgusting if they do sleep with other men. So what do you mean women are like Bonnie, but it's disgusting? It's just everything this man says contradicts himself, and it's definitely insane. I don't understand how people have found this man to look up to. It's genuinely repulsive what he says, and how his only stance on things is that women should go back to their place and we shouldn't have opportunities to do what we want, but he still marks himself as a feminist for saying that. It's just, yeah, I don't even have words for it.
So I'm glad that Bonnie's making her own decision.
Yeah,
I'm not here
people
to tell you not to do it.
I take women back 100 years. And I'm like, no, I'm the clear example of how to be empowered. I use my body, I do what I want, when I want. And this is the thing you've been banging on about for years. And when I get hate, like when I click on the comments of these women that are like, oh, you're taking us back 100 years, then in their bio it says stay-at-home mom of two. I'm thinking, what the fuck was you...
This is what she doesn't understand. Yes, the fact that she's doing what she wants is empowering. Her deciding her career choice and what she wants to do with her life, that is empowering, that is feminism. That's what we initially were pushing for and what we were trying to get. But what she chooses to do, the sleeping with 1,000 men a day, the sex life choice, which is already looked down on anyway, but that's not something that is empowering. Women shouldn't have to have a sexual career choice and job style. That shouldn't be something that they have to find empowering and that they have to find themselves drawn to want to do instead of having children and being a mum. Her problem is she seems to find it repulsive to do the thing that we've always encouraged. We've always encouraged to have families, but she's just, Bonnie, you are not special, okay? This is not something that we want to be encouraging, especially in 2025, we have all these children on social media, and with social media being the bigger thing, this being encouraged that this lifestyle is okay and normalized and moral just isn't it. It's not. It's absolutely not. It actually makes me want to throw up. I'm gonna stop being dramatic now. It's fine. It just genuinely, it disgusts me. It's putting down somebody who'd rather be a mom than a sex worker and sleeping with 1,000 men a day is just not empowering. Not that there's anything wrong with being a sex worker. You can be a sex worker, but talking like it's the best job in the world and it's what you should be aiming for and it's your career choice you should choose over any other job is just, it isn't right. The amount of 18-year-old girls that you see turn 18 and immediately go into sex work and trying nothing else is disappointing. It shouldn't be like that. It should be trying another job, and if that's something you want to do, please do experiment. And there's nothing against doing it. But the fact that this is the career choice that so many teenage girls are just opting for immediately now, straight out of school, is just disgusting. And she's the exact reason why, and she's one of the reasons that all these girls are making these decisions, and it's just not okay.
If we're going to live in this false dichotomy, because the world was very simple once, not too long ago. And men had this terrible misogynistic view, which I, of course, don't agree with, that women can't make their own decisions because they're naturally chaotic. And when women decide anything, life's fucked up. In fact, these men, in their disgusting... these men in their disgusting misogyny believed if you gave women the vote, we'd end up with open borders and drag queen story hour.
Okay. Did we not just have him say a minute ago how he isn't going to let his daughter have control? And he does go on to say eventually that his daughter won't be voting, but he's not misogynistic. Not Andrew Tate. He would never be misogynistic. That's awful. That's disgusting. Like, the fact that he goes on to call all these other men disgusting when he is exactly that. Andrew, you are exactly that. You're exactly the boundaries that you're saying you're not, and you're exactly the men that you're describing that are disgusting in your own way. This is what I'm saying. Everything he says either contradicts himself or he just is. Like, how are you gonna sit back? It's honestly funny. How are you gonna sit back and say that that's disgusting of men when all he pushes is the red-pilled mindset and agenda that women should be wives and they should be virgins and they should only be for you? Like, it genuinely confuses me. How?
Be in charge of a country ever, because women are not prepared to take a bullet for a country ever.
I mean, I guess I contradict myself a little bit because I help society out a lot. And I do that because do you see how many dicks I drain? How many balls I've been emptied out on my face? How many cream pies I've taken and scooped it out? Like,
and how does that help society?
Sex workers help, reduce rape rates by over 30%.
That sound like a stat you just made up.
No, Google it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Mental health, it's good for mental health as well. It
The
stops
true
men
fact is
killing
32%.
themselves. Yeah, stops men killing themselves. Sex work's an important part of the world.
So imagine, if you're
Are
a
you
rapist.
saying that because you had a webcam business?
I'm not saying that because I had a webcam business. I'm saying that because it's absolutely and utterly true. The only point I was making earlier about...
Wait, I wonder if that's true. I don't even know where she got that percentage. I would love to see where she got that percentage. I mean, first of all, there are a lot of women. There are a lot of women who have and will take a bullet for the country. There are 100% AMs, and saying that itself is just wrong. Sex work does not prevent... All it does is give them an outlet and another way to consensually... The point of saying that it discourages... Yes, I see her perspective on it, but all it is giving these people another outlet and encouraging them that it's okay in the future, because that's the mentality you've allowed them to think in. It's just the way that you word things, Bonnie, is just disgusting. That's not something we should be encouraging. It shouldn't be okay for... It helps with the percentages, which I'm sure it does. I can't find that rate. I mean, if anybody can find that, I would love to see that. But I don't think it is a good excuse to be using to enable your profession as something normalized.
All like Bonnie, give the men the vote back. We'll fix all the
Even your daughter?
Yeah, why would she need to vote? I'm voting. Why would she need to vote when I'm voting? You're going to vote against your father. What kind of world is that? You know, it's really interesting to me. Since I had daughters, and I have a bunch, people always said, when you get a daughter, you're going to change your opinions. No, I fucking didn't.
Okay, you know what's crazy? Do you notice how he just said that women should have the vote, and now he's saying that he won't let his daughter vote? All he does is contradict himself. It's honestly, he's just proving my point and everybody else's points with this interview. It's just not helping him at all.
Do you want to be prime minister or not really?
No.
See? Done, bro. This is it. This is what we need in society. Honest about their sex work, because all women out here are sex working anyway. When's the last... You've been in Dubai recently.
Yeah.
Find a woman who's sex working.
Okay. I don't think all women are sex working, Andrew. Honestly, I don't think all women are sex working. There are a lot of women who are virgins, or for religious reasons, they're not sex workers, or they're in a committed relationship that I know he doesn't believe in exists, but a lot of women don't actually even have sex. So I think saying that is genuinely just another point that he is delusional in thinking that all men are cheaters, or I don't know who traumatized this man. I genuinely don't. Andrew, if you need therapy, I know a few people. Let me know. We can talk. But definitely all women are not sex workers. They definitely have their reasons. This is definitely a point that is just completely wrong again and makes no sense when it correlates to the argument.
$1 million to find a woman who ain't living off a man. Because that is sex work.
Okay, and again, not sex work. And also, Hello. I'm not living off a man. Like, it's just, I'm a woman and I'm not living off a man. Like, to have a happy family and marriage where a man is the sole provider does not make you a sex worker. And there are a lot, it's 2025. There are a lot of relationships where women are the male provider. What does that make? Does that make men sex workers if a female, their wife, is the main provider for their family? Like, everything he says, it's one thing for men and it's another thing for women, which is why he's just straight up misogynistic, and his mentality is disgusting, honestly.
How to slap, they know how to fuck, and they know how to pleasure her. And also, I give them such a safe environment. Like, I mean, if you had an 18-year-old son, would you send him to me on his 18th birthday?
No.
So serious. Okay, so your son will probably lose his virginity after going to a club. He's probably been drinking, the girl might have done drugs. They then go back to some hotel or parents'
I don't
house,
think
whatever.
I'm raising him that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
but regardless.
What about if he falls in love and loses his virginity to someone he loved?
And what
Exactly that. Not only is it genuinely predatory, and you'll see, if you've watched enough Bonnie Blue, you know this is the point she makes. She loves freshly 18-year-olds. And if you've watched enough, she loves, on their 18th birthday, taking their virginity, because that's legal, that's predatory. That is weird. You are an adult, and a grown adult. How old is she? She's a 26-year-old woman saying that she wants to take the virginity of an 18-year-old. That is predatory, that is disgusting, and it's not something you can excuse by making them feel safe. That's even more predatory and makes you look even worse. It's borderline grooming somebody by telling them as a 17-year-old that, yeah, no, when you're 18, we can, yeah, no, come to me and I'll help you with your virginity. It's borderline grooming them to then take advantage. It's disgusting. It's not something we should be enabling. And Bonnie, you're disgusting. You're honestly an awful person. It's not okay, regardless. And not everybody is going to raise a child that's going to lose their virginity in that way. And even if they do, who cares? What problem is it? If you love somebody, some people want to lose their virginity to somebody they love, okay? And it's not going to be done in a club with drunk people, and it's not going to be done with drugs.
They can
How
make their
he's
own decisions,
control it.
Rob.
They
Don't
can.
come out with that crap.
But
Well,
when you
I think my kids are... You don't have kids, and I think my
No.
kids are older than your kids. So, de facto, I think I've got a bit more experience in being a dad. Because everyone
18.
talks about how...
Wait,
it is.
how old are Andrew Tate's kids? I didn't even know he had kids. Wait, oh, they're not public. So nobody publicly knows who they are. So, I mean, it's not really in the media. One's reportedly 15. I don't know if that's the oldest or the youngest. So he does have... So, I mean, half the things he speaks on anyway, like, he doesn't even have the father or the parent experience to talk on them anyway. So I don't even know why he thinks he can talk on these topics.
Because
his
everyone
18th
talks about how it is until their kids actually do disobey them, which they do.
Right, Rob, on your son's 18th birthday, I'll be stood on the driveway with a balloon and a happy birthday card. I'll take his virginity, but I'll take him to a safe, controlled environment. I'm not going to cry rape the next day. I'm STD tested. I can educate him on a body. So the next girl he sleeps with, because if that's the girl he falls in love with, she's going to want a good shag. She's going to want...
Okay, Bonnie, but not every freshly 18-year-old wants to go and lose their virginity to a 26-year-old sex worker who slept with 1,000 guys in a day, regardless of if it's, like, you're a stranger. Let them, like, that's even weirder as well. Like, on their 18th birthday, as we just said as well, like, that's predatory.
If you're onto Instagram, you're looking for male attention. You're uploading your best pictures with filters. You got your fucking tits out in every photo. You're shaking your ass in every photo. All these fucking Instagram reels, all of TikTok, all of this shit. Look at any of the famous women. How is all of it not sex work? You're advertising sex, or you're making people want to fuck you for attention or money. It's all sex work. So we as a society say, yeah.
Because not everybody is posting on Instagram or their social medias for the sake of getting fucked. Like, genuinely, the amount of people who have Instagram or social media, just in general, I can tell you now, 70% of them just post on it to update their friends or use it like a normal person, not because they are a sex worker and they want to get... The amount of people I know who don't even show any skin on their Instagram, it's just their fashion Instagram, maybe it's a gaming Instagram, maybe it's something completely irrelevant. F1, the amount of people who, and women who have interest specifically in something different that isn't sex work, and to group it into them being sex workers just because they like attention from it, is just not true and not right at all. It's just not a point you can make by saying any women who are on Instagram just want attention and that counts as sex work. Attention is not sex work. I'm making this YouTube video and you're giving me attention. That doesn't mean I'm now a sex worker. It's just, that ideology just makes zero sense at all.
Object.
Yeah.
That's all she is.
They're the ones that they walk down the street. That's what pisses me off. They walk down the street and then they cry that a guy's wolf whistled them. They crying that a guy's looked at their tits, that your tits are hanging out. I actually don't wear revealing clothing as such. I stay covered up. I don't feel like the need to show my tits. People can just see it, you know, in person for free when I want to get naked. But I don't walk around looking like a slut like most of these other people do.
Okay. This is the point that's controversial. This has been a huge point for the last few years. It shouldn't be default that if you show a bit of cleavage or you have your ass out, it shouldn't be default, okay, I'm showing a little bit of skin, please come and harass me. That is not okay. That's the line where that is not something that we encourage, that's not something that's okay. But this is the argument that there's a line. If you have practically your whole breasts out, and I mean, I've been on holiday, okay? I've been to Tenerife, and I get it, girlies. If you got them, show them, okay? I'm just saying. But if you're gonna wear something that's literally the size of a belt and it's an inch, and you're hardly covered at all, that's when there's a blurry line on, of course guys are gonna look. But that also doesn't make it okay for you to then get harassed and wolf whistled at. That's not okay. It's the line of morality. It's not right. However, if it's something you do, it's your own consequences as well, but it's still not okay. And honestly, Bonnie Blue, you're giving pick me. Like, is that just me? Do I get extreme? I think she's an extreme pick me girl on the most extreme level ever. But in the sex worker world, she's the pick me of sex worker. Like, how are you going to be pick me over girls wanting to show some skin when you're a sex worker yourself? Like, as she said, it's just, honestly, it's comical. It is hilarious. Anyway, I will end that there because I don't know about you, but I don't really want to watch anymore. But I will link it in the description, so if you do want to, for some reason, go and watch this entire interview on just the same thing being said over and over again, you're more than welcome to. But I tried to pick out the best points. The both of them together just seem to make the most destructive and awful takes. Just awful in general, and it's just a huge collaboration of misogyny and not being good people. So be a feminist. Go and do your own thing, I guess. Please don't try and have the red pill mentality. And if you haven't already, this is my first video on this channel. I do like yapping. I'm a big yapper, and I'm live most days on Twitch, so go and follow my Twitch. All my socials are in the description, and please do drop me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you got this far, surely you did. So thank you, everybody, and bye.